Hello YouTubers, this is my latest creation here. This is my second motorized bicycle. First one I built myself. Um, I'm quite happy with it. It's still in break-in mode, so I'm keeping the trips short. Come back and tighten this, adjust that, you know how that goes. But there's a lake not too far from here that's kind of scenic. Wait for the truck to go by. How rude. Anyway, I'll go make a loop around the lake. I've got my handy dandy GoPro mounted to my helmet here, and then I'll tack that on the end. Now for those of you who just wanted to see the ride, go look at the description. I'll put a timestamp on it and you can just go enjoy the ride. Have fun. Now for the rest of you folks who want to listen to my blather, you all fall into one of two groups, or you wouldn't be here. You're either already a motorized cyclist and you maybe already have a bike or maybe more than one and just like looking at other people's rides. That's cool. And if you have a video, please put it in the description or in the comments below. I'd love to see it. Maybe you get a few other hits too. This is what we do, you know. I'm an artist and my art teacher always said, go to galleries, go to museums, take in it all, go home, forget it all, and make your own art. Well, this is the same thing. This is my ride, my creation. You all have to take notes of what you like, what you don't like, and then do your own thing. And that's fine. I'd love to see what you do, and you can enjoy what I do. So as far as the bike goes, I'm an artist, as I said, and I bought a white frame because to me that's a blank canvas. So I had to paint something on it. I had a little trouble with the paint I purchased. Real hard to work with. It's not exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to have a horse head on there with... Anyway, I settled for a simple line drawing, but it makes my bike unique. It's kind of cool. And the other side of the group is people may be interested in this, don't have one yet, you're just curious. Maybe you saw one go by and thought, what's that? I'll look into that. Or maybe your kids want one of these and you're freaking out like, oh my God, it's so dangerous. And what are the laws? And hopefully I could clear up a few things for you. First, let's talk about the danger. Folks, this is a bicycle. Bicycles are inherently somewhat dangerous. If you're over the age of 19 in most states, you have to ride on the road, not the sidewalk, which means you're real close proximity to cars. Bike versus car, you're going to lose. And it has nothing to do with the motor being on here. You have to know what you're doing. You have to take some safety precautions and just be smart. And as far as throwing a motor on, yeah, it makes it slightly more dangerous. You now got a combustion engine on here, unless you get an electric motor. You're going to go a heck of a lot faster, and you're somewhat heavier. So yeah, you crash going 20 miles an hour is going to be more than if you just, you know, putting along at 10. So is it more dangerous? Yeah, a little bit. Again, use some common sense. Make sure everything works, make sure everything's tight and adjusted properly and lubricated properly. Wear some safety gear and don't do stupid stuff. And I'll talk more about that later. Now the legal end of this. Now I started looking into this years ago before I got my first bike. And here's the thing. You have to get your information from more than one source. I get on some legal forum boards where you can post legal questions. I get on several of those. I get on motorized cycle forum boards. I talk to people. So I get this information from a wide variety of sources. Now I'm not a lawyer, but the information I'm going to take as valid as stuff that I've heard over and over again from multiple people. And this is what it is. This is a bicycle. It came off the manufacturer's floor as a bicycle. It's manufactured to be a bicycle. That you add an assist motor to it does not change the fact that it's a bicycle. And like all bicycles, it has a serial number, usually located right under the pedals there on that crank mount. Now mopeds come off the factory floor as motorized vehicles. The motors are built into them, even with a transmission. They're considerably more powerful than this little 80cc thing. They go considerably faster than any of these motorized bicycles, except for maybe the ones that are really tweaked out. This one is not. And they have, since 1954, a VIN number. Now, many states are trying to get your money. I've even heard of one state somewhere out east where I bought my first bicycle from. A guy sold it to me already assembled. He said his state makes you add a few digits to the serial number so you can register it as a moped and with a VIN number. And I just found out recently that Michigan, my state, is doing the same damn thing. They expect me to register that every 3 years, put a sticker, God only knows where, there's no fenders on this, and call it a moped. Now, I've been doing this for years, and I've passed more than a few cops, more than a few times, and I've never had a problem. In fact, most of them smile and wave at me. They think it's cool. But if anybody did, I would love it. I would take out a mortgage on my house to go to court and fight this. And this is the logic. I would say, so you want me to falsify a legal document to change a serial number from a bicycle to make it look like a moped so the state can collect money? I don't think so. Right now, bicycles with motors on them fall into a gray area nationwide. Some states are a little greedier than others. Some cops are a little more anal than others. But you do your own homework, make your own decisions. You know, do you want to go ahead and fake your serial number and get a registration and not be bothered? Or do you want to fight? I'm a fighter. I would love it if somebody challenged me in court. I'd make a class action out of this and say every state that's trying to collect money off of bicycles, telling people to register them as mopeds when they're not, they should be sued. But again, my rural area here, I don't ever have a problem. The cops here are nice. No one's bothered me. That being said, as I said earlier in this video, I like to look at what other people are doing. And I've come across many videos where people are just doing stupid shit. Don't do stupid shit. God. They get on their bikes and go riding up the sidewalk, blowing by pedestrians, ignoring traffic lights, cutting in front of cars. Good Lord. You're going to fix it so the lawmakers are going to get together and fix this gray area and classify these as something and start digging into your wallets. Don't be stupid. And for you folks with kids wanting to get one of these, make sure your kids understand how to ride a plain old bicycle in traffic. I grew up in the streets of Chicago. I was riding my bike since I was old enough to get the training wheels off. I had a lot of practice with traffic. A lot of people do dumb things like swing their car door out when you're going by parked cars and you're not expecting it. That's happened more than a few times. Nobody looks. And now with the cell phones, good Lord, you got somebody riding up behind you in a car, not paying attention, you could get knocked off the road. So follow the rules of the road. You always ride with traffic. Better to get bumped from behind than smack into a car head on. At least you have a fighting chance of rolling and getting out of the way. It's never happened to me yet, but hopefully it never will. If you ride at night, you better get lights. I don't know if you can see it on there, but my spoke or my tire inner tube valves have lights on them. Those activate at night and they activate with motion. They're pretty cool. I've got a headlight on here. I've got a tail light in the back. I do ride at night, and in my rural area, it's pretty darn dark. So I want to be seen, and I want to be able to see. That's kind of important. Otherwise, just don't ride at night. It's very simple. What else do I need to tell you? That's about it. Just, you know, have fun, be safe, don't go nuts. Wear your safety gear. Oh, that's another thing as far as safety goes. Let me see if I can show you this. I bought these half chaps years ago. Go from my knee down to my foot. They're kind of cool. They're leather. You notice the extra chain on there. The motor drives one side, your bicycle chain's on the other. And that motor chain's going at a high rate of speed. You don't want to rub against it with your pant leg. You don't want to get your shoelaces caught up in there. Would not be good. those motors get pretty hot, especially the exhaust pipe hanging down there. You just touch that with the side of your leg, with your bare skin, like if you're wearing shorts, you will know all about it. So the chaps really help if I brush up against the exhaust, especially on my other bike. It's got a 4-stroke motor. It's wider, easier to bump into. This protects my legs, keeps me from getting caught up in the chains. So that's not a requirement, but a good idea. If you do wear pants, years ago I used to just strap my pants real tight together so you didn't get the cuff caught in anything. Just smart stuff, you know. Don't do dumb things. You won't get hurt. Drive safe, be respectful for other people, and not get hurt. I do want to praise the website I bought this frame at last year. Found these built-in gas tank frames. Had to have one. And then this spring is when I got the motor and some other stuff for this bike. I'll put the link to their site on the bottom. It's bicycleengines.com, I think it is. They have great support. They've got live chat during the weekdays, on the ball all the time. So highly recommend them. And on to the ride. Hope you enjoy this. Give it a thumbs up. If you have rides of your own, I'd love to see it. I'll visit all of you. Thank you.